Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Laura.
And we don't actually know each other. Come with us on this journey of enlightenment
And exploration.
through a silly little podcast
Called
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Interesting thing happened not that long ago where I was like kind of tracking how I am socially with certain people. If I trust you, I'll be all over you, no bothers. There was this woman, but she was she was fan crushing obviously on me. Very
Fan
obviously
crushing.
from 100 meters away. She was beelining it towards me, kind of thing.
Arms and tits out.
Yeah, like pulling up the top and everything. And she was just like, she doesn't know my. Like, it's funny though, not everyone knows my first name. She'd be beelining towards me, but as she got into the conversation, she was just edging a little bit closer with every detail of what she was trying to describe to me about how much she liked me.
Okay,
But
so in mid-conversation, she was
did.
getting closer.
Yeah, we did a full little circle. So I ended up where she was standing. And she was where I was standing, but it was backwards. So I was backing up as she was walking in, and we just did a little dance. Depends on how much I like you, I guess.
Go on, tell people, because I know everyone wants to know.
I can't remember.
How do we know each other?
Oh, how do we know each other? Right. I was scrolling through Instagram, doom scrolling, and I saw the midwife stuff. And I was like, you know when you bond with something and it's almost like a parasocial thing that you get what kind of conversations you might have with someone?
Mhm.
But I'm not a freak, okay? Just let's get it straight. And I really want to know who messaged who first.
You
because-
messaged me first.
Did I?
Yeah.
And what did I say?
You, it was a voice note, and you said,
I just very confident.
It was, and that's why I liked it. So you voice noted
Whoa.
me and said, just want to know, have you done your poo?
Wow. Okay. So our characters are really similar, and that's what I really love.
And poo. We like poo.
And poo. Oh God, toilet humor.
Yeah.
Like I think that's right up there.
Okay, so what is it about this podcast? Well, look, it's cringe that we're doing a podcast. We know that.
Yeah, but we can hold it with confidence.
But yeah, and
our
who gives a
hearts.
shit, really? This is going to be fun. And I think the whole idea was just that we would not go out there and tell people what's what, and we would do a bit of learning. So on that, I would like to bring us to the next piece of the podcast, which is what you thought you knew, but you never knew.
I deep dived
Go on.
because you gave me some homework, and I coming close to an ADHD diagnosis. Neurospiciness has been prominent, and I'm getting older, so all kind of masking thing is becoming way harder. In the last 4 months, I've been really struggling. So I delved into my vices and what I thought I knew about what was good for me and what was not. And then, coffee and sugar. So I came to sugar and the correlation between sugar and hyperactivity in children is entirely disproven.
I know, I heard this.
Yeah.
I've heard this. I just can't believe it because I've seen my kids go from
Shock
naught
horror.
to fucking 90. It's like crack.
Yeah. It's the environment that is the totality of that hyperactivity.
So you think we are just expecting our kids to get
Yeah, and
Because-
they did a blind test and a double blind
Wow.
test study
with
on it.
placebo?
And sugar, and it plateaued.
I have seen. I used to teach kids drama, and I got them a party at the end of the term or whatever, and I just
Snorting dib dabs.
yeah, that's what it was like. Genuine, like one child was topless, covered in jelly tots and fucking crisps by the end of it. And it was just like
Get down off those walls.
smell-
Get down. The Fanta's killing you.
the smell of farts and sugar by the end of it. Like it's death. Kids and sugar is terrifying. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So speaking of things we don't know, and we don't know each other that much, we decided to Garda vet one another and do a bit of a background.
You scrolled.
I
for a
scrolled
really long time, Laura.
into your personal Instagram, and it took me, I cannot believe the amount of content you put up there. But you're a photographer, right?
Yes.
Very good one, by the way, I would
Thanks
say.
very much.
Yeah, you did go through a black and white phase, which was obviously your angst phase, was it?
No, that's 35 mil.
Oh, stunning. But I think we had one interesting haircut, which was the kind of long blonde mullet kind of vibe. That was good. Had you forgotten about that?
That's the reason Audrey fancied me.
Oh,
That haircut.
tell me about how you met Audrey, actually. I'd love to know about where that
Tinder.
was.
Simple.
Really?
The lesbian dream.
Oh, would
Not really.
lesbians be more on Tinder or Grindr?
Either. I
They
think
just-
they're Bumble or something.
Okay,
Or like
okay.
letscissor.com or whatever it is.
Please tell me that's not a thing. Oh.
I hope it's not. I need to Google that right now. No. This is the first time I had downloaded a dating app, and I only had 10 minutes, and we matched, and we had a little fling situation 7 years previous to that, and we lost complete contact. All of it was gone.
Ghosted.
She was the one that I couldn't be in touch with. She was the dangerous one, you know. Then she didn't have social media.
Do you say dangerous because you knew it would get serious? You knew she'd be serious.
Yeah, hung out with her for like 48 hours, and I was like, oh shit, okay. Got to see to the stuff that's right. Get my morals back in check. And then no contact for 7 entire years until I came back to Ireland, sitting drinking my sorrows in a bar by myself in Dunleary. Downloaded Tinder, and within 5-10 minutes of having Tinder, we matched.
Oh.
And she said she's like threw her phone across the room in excitement and then wondered which direction she had swiped. And then that night we went on a date, and the lesbian joke is that we went on one date and she never went home, which is the truth because we got stuck in lockdown.
And now it's time for the €74.50 question.
€74 question at 50 cents.
Yeah, that's funny.
Abby, I need to basically find something that you would do for 74 or 50. And I have to kind of, you would do it. And it has to be kind of harsh enough that you might not.
It's not being proposed by me. It's being requested by you.
I'm asking you.
Good.
I've got 74.
Got the concept of the game.
Okay, I've got €74.50 here.
Mm-hmm.
Would you go into a sauna with 4 strangers in it?
Men or women?
Two
of each?
2 hot women and 2 hot men.
Because it's a sauna.
Because it's a sauna, yeah.
Or are
no,
they,
no.
Or are they physically attractive?
Yeah.
Okay, glad we figured that out.
Yeah.
At the start.
That's actually a good question, to be fair. And they're hot women and hot men.
And they're moist.
And they're moist as well.
Gosh.
Charming. So they're in the sauna, and you go in and you have to just absolutely poker face fart. And it's not a good one. It's not a nice one. You just fart and just sit there, and you can't apologise, can't own it, nothing. And you have to...
No, I will...
Cold hard cash.
No. I will take it. I will literally take that $74.50 in 20-cent coins in totality.
So you're going to do it?
If I can walk out straight after. I'm not going to sit there and stew.
Hotbox it. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
So it's your own, you'd be disgusted at your own fart. That's why you wouldn't do it.
No, I like my own brand. What are you on about? It's staying there is the problem, Laura. God. Imagine.
I can't handle this.
Like, yeah. Hi. How are you?
No, because you could
back again.
Like,
no,
because you could have been any of the others.
$74.50. What's
not loud enough.
I'm thinking of fucking my week's shop.
Yeah, I mean it's $74.50. That's a dinner out for you, Nods.
3/4 of my week's shop.
Okay, go on. Ask
it won't
me.
even get me the fancy fucking shower gel that I want.
It won't.
Fucking no, I'm not doing that. No fucking way.
You said you'd
not
fart.
Not if I have to hang around. No, I would fart. Not if I can walk straight out and go, sorry about that.
So you would do it and then get up and leave them all festering in the stench.
Yeah.
You're a scumbag.
Thanks very much.
Okay, go on. My turn. What would I do for $74.50? You haven't thought about this, have you? This was on your list of homework.
Yeah, I have. A parmesan thin shaving.
Okay.
The end of my foot.
Oh my God. What do I have to do with it? Eat it?
Eat it.
No. €74.50.
Can I do another one then?
Yeah.
Because you said no too fast. Yeah. There wasn't even any debate.
There was no debate.
Oh, this is hard.
It's the fact that you described it as
expensive.
Parmesan. I know, you described it as Parmesan.
Do you know?
But
I went over this. This is really amazing because I went over this conversation and I had to, I proposed the question and I was like, no, it has to be kind of, visual and tactile.
Yeah.
And I proposed the question in my own head last night when I was awake at 3 a.m. Thanks, hormones. Cheers for that. And I proposed the question in my head and I was like, no. But if the Parmesan came into it.
Yeah, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it makes it nicer?
No, it makes it worse.
No. Just and the shave, like the shaving off, like how.
I don't have Parmesan thickness shavings of dry skin on my foot.
No.
But if I did. Okay, can I ask another one?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, would you
go on?
$474.50.
Okay.
Fall over on purpose on a double-decker Dublin 46A.
Yeah.
In the middle of the aisle.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. It would be mildly mortifying. Am I going to hurt myself?
No.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. What am I wearing?
Like what you're wearing now, like almost throw yourself like a wet fish, like straight out.
Yeah,
down.
I would
down
do
onto
that.
the-
I would
down
do
onto
that.
the-
And like, are you getting to watch and laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'll
would
even
do that.
hold. I'll even pick
No
you up.
bother with that. Would you do it? Yeah. No, that'd be good crack.
And that's the end of this week's €74.50 question.
You studied in Cork? That what?
I did, yeah.
What did you study?
Humanities. Nothing really.
Yeah.
Nothing at all though of use for my future career. English, psychology, French, and philosophy.
And did you do the 4 years?
No, I failed first year and then repeated and did something new. Greek and Roman civilization, actually.
That
That has really stood to me throughout the years, I have to say.
That's funny. I didn't know that about you because I did English literature. No, what was it? English media and cultural studies. That's what I did in first year, and I dropped out because I had massive panic attacks about the whole thing.
What, being in a lecture theatre with a load of farts?
No, I think I was just losing my mind a bit and didn't.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
You
You know yourself.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
No, that's fine. I don't mind.
Mental health is a big part of my past and my present.
Same, babes. Same. So, Laura, I really couldn't find anything beefy on you. Maybe it's just because you're an absolute angel.
So there is stuff there. I have shat myself.
Same.
Yeah. That was actually one of our things we bonded on.
Lads.
That was one of our
Shitting.
things. Yeah, shitting ourselves.
Have you done your poo?
Yeah. I have, and it wasn't where it was supposed to happen.
Unfortunately.
That's something you can know about me. So your background check on me, including, let's say, the last kind of 3 to 4 months of getting to know me, if you look at my Instagram, say, do you think that's a fair representation of me as a person?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, back to the cringe and everything, like it's a consciousness of content that you, like, as I said, front facing, you're putting stuff out there for people to see on purpose, right? So I'm curating mine as in like, I don't necessarily curate this like happy-go-luckiness, but there's shit times as well, obviously. But like, I think that it is an honest, not cringy representation because getting to know you now and sitting here for as long as how many minutes have we been here now? But like, yeah, I think it's like, it's the bubbliness of your personality. It is the headshots. God, I found a headshot that is very like on the old Garda Vetting. I was just like, this is very my so-called life. Claire Danes, tortured soul. There's darkness behind those eyes, but
The hair.
it is very like,
Yeah. I am a tortured
but
soul.
kind of like kind of like tilted brow, like.
I think your social media, when I was doing the deep dive on you, I think your social media is it's very representative of you and who you are. I didn't realise your accent was the way it is now, though.
Posh.
Waterford. You're Waterford also as well, which I found out, which is another thing we have in common because my granny's from Waterford. She's from Kilmacthomas.
All right. Nice.
And my mother-in-law is from Waterford. And we got married then in Waterford.
Nice.
Well,
Where?
that's kind of cool.
Dunmore.
In Dunmore, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yeah. Yeah. What were you expecting my accent to be like? Like
The
my
therapist,
character?
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
My God.
The other thing I think as well, which comes across quite clearly in your content, is kind of that same thing. What you see is what you get. I don't really give a shit. Why did you start getting into social media?
I think it
And the
matched my
comedy.
personality. I think it was just like I think literally if you strip it down to the bones, it's like the dopamine. Because like all of my reels and stuff, this is why this is intimidating, but like really nice to do. It's because it's like directed, it's structured. And it's like everything else that's ever been posted. And that's how I started doing comedy. It was like in a room by myself, 30 seconds long. If I found it funny and it was an idea of like taking the piss out of someone or doing a character or developing, like who the fuck knows where the therapist came from?
Where
That's
did the
probably
therapist come from?
trauma. Trauma.
And
like-
and me, the midwife, came from
Trauma?
trauma. Like that midwife completely came from trauma. But let's get back to you. So,
Overarching topic. Yeah, so no, I think it's really, I think it was really like a form of journaling, if you will.
wow, okay. And I know you say that with a cringy
On
thing because it
purpose.
is cringy, but it's interesting because I didn't do social media for that reason. I've always, since a small child, loved performing. I just love, it's a creative outlet, which I kind of stopped doing when I was 19, the performing stuff. I think, like I said this to you before, I'm comfortable with attention. It doesn't bother me. In fact, I'm happy. I don't know though, and I've, like in the last year, I've started to question myself, is my performance about seeking validation from an external source?
I know the answer to that.
Go on.
Yeah.
It is, you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, is this healthy? But also I was built as a performer. You know what I mean? I love comedy. I love making people laugh.
You came scooting out that womb looking for attention.
I did.
Same as myself.
I did. Let me tell you about how I came into the world, actually.
Go on.
This is a bit more on the background check of me. I'll just give you a bit more info on me. When twins are created in the womb, the one who was born first sits on the bottom, come out, and the one and the one who's created second. So basically, as a fetus, I was up here. I was at the top. So I was actually the younger one. My sister should have come out first.
Okay.
But what happened was I bullied past her and pushed her into breach and nearly killed her. Now,
my God, with your feet or your hands?
I would say my personality.
Wow.
I'd say, but now Danielle, my sister, tells that story as Laura's the bossy one, Laura's the one in control. And I kind of have always been the one to go out there and do the things and be bossy. I like to tell the story like I was the mothering one, the more caring one, that Danzer was too scared to come out of the womb. And I said in my fetus voice, "Hey, little sister,
hold my hand, let's go.
Hold my hand, let me go first and check for you.
You've got poop on you, but never mind."
I said, don't mind now, I might be pushing you into breach, but that's okay. The first thing that people saw of Danielle was her arse. So I like that.
Yeah, that's very good, actually. I like that. But personally, I think you're both bossy. But like, I don't use bossy as a term that is negative at all. Audrey's bossy. And I think that I need a boss because I'm so chaotic. But I'm trying to sort that out. I'm going to get medication for that very soon, hopefully.
So in the interest of getting to know you slightly more around this background check, tell me a bit about the ADHD and then I can tell you a bit about my mental health shit.
Undiagnosed, but definitely something up. I was always an upstart. I used to have to sit on my hands in class. I wasn't allowed to sit beside anybody. If I'd been given the opportunity to do a lap at the playground to finish my homework, that would have been brilliant. I was always sort of a disruptive kid. Both my parents are teachers, actually. So kind of wondering in my adult life, did they think there was something up or did they think I was just bold? You know what I mean? That
Absolutely.
kind of thing.
I think in the 80s and 90s, people just
they
thought
didn't
we
have
were
a fucking
bold.
clue and they're both riddled themselves.
Yeah.
Sorry for listening, guys. 40 to 50% chance. But yeah, no, like, for real. And then there's this whole thing that kind of like having to properly look at yourself as an adult when you have responsibilities like a child and you know, a job. But yeah, I think that I'm realizing with hormonal changes and stuff, being a woman, that my masking is this thing that you do that is like that you've learned to be socially appropriate, even though it might not come naturally to you.
Yes.
That I'm finding it harder and harder to do, like filters or like not walking away when someone's still talking.
I completely, or just jumping in the middle of their conversation.
Or jumping in, interrupting. But you know, the funny thing is about the interrupting thing, we're very on par with this, right?
Yes.
But love jumping in, but absolutely fucking infuriated by someone else doing it.
But how have you not punched me? Because I'm an interrupter.
I'm a pacifist, Laura.
Oh,
I've been in a few fist fights now. I beat up a girl in school for getting into my personal space too much.
Have you beaten up many people? Yeah. Really? I've never been.
A full-grown man. Punched him and I ran away. I was really fast. I could run faster than.
Was this back in your gym bunny days?
No, Jesus, way before that.
Oh, really?
That's when I was a fucking teenager.
Myself and my sister have gotten into scraps. She knocked me out once, but like I've always been terrified of. One time, I've always been terrified of like being called out or anything like that. And claimed, isn't that it? Claimed.
Yes.
One time I was in 6th class and we had this stupid, like definitely like kind of hormonal, horny game of like, all the girls lined up against the fence and the boys had to charge at them and try and pull them off the fence and we had to like fight back.
That's very sexy, isn't it?
Isn't it? And I kicked a guy.
Oh.
I kicked him Yeah.
Would you like to make an apology on the pod?
I'm really sorry, Adam. I'm really sorry. But I kicked him so hard and he was like crying, bent over, and I was mortified.
God.
But he claimed me then. And he was like, this is the funniest part. He claimed me and he was like, tell Laura, see you dates after school. And
For
I
a
was like,
kiss
and
and
I
a
was like,
fag.
no, absolutely not. He was good. He claimed me and I didn't know what to do. I was wandering around the 9th classroom, which was like an unknown classroom that I'd somehow taken myself off to. And I was supposed to be doing a play in the church that night.
And you
I
were
was-
hiding from him.
and I was supposed to be doing a play in the church that night. And I was like, I can't go out there because he's going to destroy my face. I have to be on stage tonight.
So dramatic. Those days. Wow.
Anyway, he didn't claim me.
I
wasn't punished.
disassociated admittedly, I disassociated at the start of your story because I was worried about my own.
Go on, tell me yours.
She's from Waterford. She's from Dunmore East, actually.
Ah.
We had a fist fight after assembly, after stacking away the chairs in first year.
Fist fight. First
It
year.
was more of a hair fight.
Yeah, it's never a fist fight with girls, really, is it? I hate to generalise.
There
here,
was
but
more
it's
kicks.
generally-
There was more kicks than punches.
Oh my
But
God.
there was hair grabs.
It's always
and
all head.
all the way down to the ground.
Yeah.
Bit of a stamp.
And who won?
Tara, I'll let you be the judge of that.
You won, didn't you?
I-
When you and I first met each other, we were talking about ADHDers and we were like, I think ADHDers really find one another. And actually, when I think about my group of friends, and I'm not labelling them all as ADHDers, but I know a lot of them. I think there's something around the way, and actually we were saying this as well, the people I make friends with are so randomly, it's not just I went to school with them all. Do you know what I mean? They're all
Yeah.
randomly selected. I've never thought I had ADHD until in the last few years, lots of people have been saying it to me and my twin sister. Like,
But I think it's trendy now.
It's-
So maybe we're jumping on that bandwagon.
Well,
Maybe it's a pyramid scheme.
I refused to say it. I was like, look, if I have it, I have it. I don't. But my husband definitely has it and it's undiagnosed as well, but he just does because it inhibits so many things from day to day and it
My
doesn't
God.
inhibit.
Yeah.
It doesn't inhibit for me. And
Okay.
you are very like the Fergal and I'm very like your Audrey, you know.
Yeah.
However, when I was in hospital last year, mental
Mm-hmm.
hospital, I was told by my psychologist that the suspicion was that I have a form of ADHD that is brought on from a emotionally traumatic childhood, which is lovely, isn't it?
Cool. Sound.
One of the gifts given
Yeah.
to me as that. So that is my past and I think we can go into that probably at a later time because I think, you know,
It's
this
a
is
really
our first
interesting
date.
topic.
This is our first date and I don't want to give away all the goods here of
Yeah.
my mental past.
Fun. Do you think that all psychologists and counsellors have to be a little bit fucked up to do the job properly? Or do they have to be squeaky clean? Because this is another thing that I've thought about. Do you need to have the shit to understand the shit? Or do you have to have none of it to delve into it from it? Because like a lot of it's subjective. It's a lot of it's standing outside to look in, right?
I stayed with a psychotherapist this year when I was writing my book
Mhm.
and I asked her a lot of these questions and it was really fascinating and I really genuinely think that therapists, counsellors, psychotherapists have a whole separate work thing. You know, it's
Yeah.
and that is the educated piece and it's the training around how to deal with clients and all this kind of thing. But I think it is a separate, removed. When I go into work, I'm work Laura, but at the same time, the lines are blurred, you know,
Mhm.
very, very blurred.
Mhm.
Whereas I think with psychotherapy, it is, because you know the way I'm always dying to know, like, what were you up to at the
Yeah,
weekend with
yeah,
a
yeah.
therapist? How are you
Uh-huh.
getting on? And I get little tiny bits from her, like, you know, she has sons or whatever. And I'm like, oh, she's into golf, which I love. And I'm like, oh, I love this. And like, tell me more.
Bit cringe.
No, legend, absolute legend.
Does she
into
wear the
golf.
collar up?
I don't know. But she's legend. Like, she's a real Irish mammy. I fucking love her. And how do you feel about your therapist?
Love them. And you see, the thing is as well, like, I don't know. It's like, and that same, I think it's shame. Can we tag it as shame or
Yeah.
the privilege or like,
Yeah.
because it's a flex? I think that I laugh about it a lot in my sessions, but the last session I had, I cried. It's a 45-minute long session and I cried for 43 minutes of that session.
Wow.
And I got down and dirty, whereas the first session like 4 weeks ago was like, here, I was telling her what to do.
Yeah. You
I was
told
like,
me this.
I don't want your pity. Don't want any pity parties going on over there. If I see you possibly crying or, you know, holding back tears, I will immediately fire you. No, and she was just like, you've told me all this. Like, you had a checklist. And she was like, sorry now to burst your bubble, but that's not what I'm here for. Sorry now. And I was like, oh, right.
I actually think now, like after this conversation, I mean, I've kind of gotten to know you very well, and I think our friendship has been quite backwards. Like we went in with the heavy stuff first, and now we're kind of, you know,
I think that's my technique.
it is. Me
Because
too.
I start with 100, and then if you fuck up, I take off a few marks. Like offering me a can of Coke, really didn't like that.
Yeah, well, calm down. Like, I mean, I think I definitely my friends call me the confession box,
Right.
because they just tell me, like, people can just tell me stuff, and I'm
I see
really
that.
happy, and I'm very comfortable with sharing anything, which makes this, I think, quite juicy for our listeners, you know. And you are the same. You're very not holding back, and I think that's where this will be a good kind of partnership. So I think as well we have got similar views on some things, but actually we've come to a lot of these views in very kind of varied ways, which we will explore over the next few episodes, which I'm really excited about.
And now it's time for What's Laura Gagging For?
What's Laura gagging for?
So I'm going to tell you a story, and just see can I get through it without retching. If I don't retch, probably won't make the podcast, but I'll tell you about it. So in my church growing up, have I told you the story?
No, I'm really
Okay.
excited. That's why I'm shaking.
In my church, growing up, we used to do the breaking of bread. The breaking of bread. I can't.
I'm not gonna make this.
No, I am. The breaking of bread. And so at the end, it was like so pre-COVID. This is the most disgusting. So
I'm really excited because you're laughing.
So the breaking of bread would go around. So it would be, the idea would be that you would take, it's like the Holy Communion, only it's real bread.
Are you
and
only
real
explaining this
wine.
to me because I'm Protestant?
And our listeners may not know. Our listeners may not know. You're definitely proud. So you take a bit of bread and you take a bit of wine. And so the sliced pan would go around first. It was one bit of sliced pan on a kind of a silver tray, which is so funny. And like not a good sourdough loaf now, it was not just a sliced pan. And everyone would take, and the left wing, the west wing was your slightly more seasoned crowd. So they were slightly older. And my dad, or it was my dad's friend, I think, was going up, passing the bread down. Bread came back up, everyone silent, chewing. Then the wine. And the wine was in one cup, and the wine was, my mouth just watered. The wine was like kind of brown, probably from a large bottle. And I had a napkin, like
You're
going to
ruin your mascara.
It had a napkin on it, and you would take a drink out of it, and then pass it along, like and wipe the rim. So every fucking 60 people were sharing out of one.
Oh, God.
So anyway,
fucking Catholics.
Dad's friend,
disgusting behaviour.
Dad's friend, so the bread has been done. Then he gets the wine and he passes it down, and he gets it back up. And there's a globule. Oh no. Globule in it. Floating. The slimy ones. Look at the shiny on the outside. And so the globule's floating. No, wait, just listen to the white globule. It's not finished yet. It needs to be quiet. Our listeners need to hear this. The globule, so rather than do anything about it, he passed it down the next aisle. And then it came back. And the globule was gone. So someone drank it. Someone drank the globule. Oh.
Do you know who it was?
Oh, I don't know, probably one of the older people. Didn't feel it. Oh, it's like that. They fished it out with their hands. I can't. So that's my story. So we don't know if it was bread or if it was like mouth corner. Oh, when sometimes like in the folds.
So
I can't.
Oh, what is so funny about other people retching? It's so funny.
Oh, with the wine as well. Wine. The wine was up.
You're gonna.
Oh no.
Oh my God, did you?
Slimy, imagine. Oh, imagine slimy. Oh.
So fucking funny. I hope you have a story like that for every week.
Oh yeah, I'll try. There's a few more. I can.
Or I could
or you
tell
could tell. Yeah, you could probably. And I just need to there's times I get really fucking angry when people start doing things like they've like food on your face now. I'd be like, I have to leave the table. Like
Really?
I'm a retcher. Yeah.
I love that. It's so funny. Audrey's a retcher. farted
no.
very early on, and she
Fart make me retch.
butt naked rolled,
Oh,
fell, slammed onto the floor, and scrambled out the door while trying to close it from being on the floor. Butt naked, you see her scrambling like this, and now she loves him. So
What? That's fucking disgusting.
I've converted her.
What, into your shitty farts?
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's a
Disgusting.
particularly bad one.
You're vile.
But yeah, no, she doesn't do it anymore. I do it when she farts. So the tables have turned.
Okay, so ahead of the next podcast, we need to do a bit of homework. We want people to tell us about things, weird things that like, what do we want to know? What do we want to know about?
Or any topic that we've discussed on today's episode.
Yeah.
Anything launching back into that. Or there's many things that I don't know.
Is the placenta any
edible?
use? Yeah. Wheatgrass is another one, by the way.
It's better to put it back up there. You know what I mean?
Oh. So those quick questions we want to hear from you guys. So we've got an email that's included there somewhere around. orightpod@gmail.com. Drop us a follow and a DM on the old social. That's going to be orightpod on Instagram. Tags and handles are all there. And let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think you know.
Let us know what makes you cringe.
Yeah,
Let us know out of 10 how good Laura's retching was.
Yeah, and what make me retch, make me gag.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. And so look, we're gonna be here again.
Stories, interesting facts, and much more
for the next episode. So tune in, please, guys. And I hope you learned something on this episode of right. Yeah.
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 Good.